This is the story of how Alex here went from shy and misunderstood nerd to a whopping $10,000 plus a month income using, wait for it, Tinder, and is now giving back to dozens of men looking to change their dating lives for the better. It's also the story of an Asian man fighting against the stigma of dating as an Asian guy in today's world, which has always been an uphill battle for thousands of men in the same situation.
Asian guys are like at the bottom, 5% of like desired men on these apps, and here I am, I'm like in the top 5%.
And if that was not enough, just when he was about to get started on his business journey, this happened.
My job told me I was fired.
So how did he dig himself up? How did Alex build a business that makes him over 10K a month?
Last month I made 11.5K.
Without a big social media following or spending money on ads, and that allows him to travel the world and really have an impact on people. Let me give you 4 insane 6-figure lessons that Alex applied so you can copy what he did. And after that, I'll give you a 5th bonus lesson that will really ensure that you're starting a business that actually makes money, so make sure you watch till the end. 6-figure lesson number 1. See the opportunity in bad times. The last 2 years have been tough, we all know that, right? Global pandemic, civil unrest, everybody's on the edge. Instead of feeling bad for himself or pointing the finger at the current situation, Alex decided he will use the current situation to finally step out of his comfort zone.
I think it happened mostly during the pandemic when everyone was forced to start using online. For a long time, I thought that Asian guys is just gonna suck for you for dating in general. And that's kind of a common trend and narrative in our community, is that for Asian guys, it's harder, especially online, because online you have this like, it's just like a split-second bias kind of thing. It's easy to stereotype guys and whatnot. So for a long time, I thought it was gonna be just impossible to use online for me. No, I thought I was gonna teach something else. And then I came in here, you guys helped me list out like 20 skill sets and different niches and everything. It ended up making sense. I'm very relatable to Asian guys. Our cultural background is very unique, and especially in terms of dating, it's hard for men and coaches who are not Asian to fully understand the Asian dating phenomena experience. So that was like one thing. And then I realized that I have this Tinder thing that I'm very good at and that nobody else is good at. And so just like perfect match of like a lot of people have this need and have a lot of pain, and I have this solution that almost nobody has. And I never would have discovered that on my own. Like if I hadn't gone through the program and had the coaches ask me questions and evaluate what I was good at, like I never would have knew to do that.
Because you can always do 2 things when shit hits the fan. You can A, use it as an excuse not to step up because, hey, poor you, right? Or you use it as an excuse to step up, to challenge the status quo and to say, if not now, then never. 6-figure lesson number 2, use your real life experience and fuel it with your passion. Even though Alex has a background in engineering, he knew that in order to be successful with his own coaching business, he doesn't need a degree or a certificate. Instead, he used his own experience to monetize.
When the pandemic started, it was like I had no choice. I was traveling a lot at the time. I was traveling through South America, Brazil, Colombia. I met a lot of guys who were also using online to meet girls, and I learned from them. I learned like little tips and tricks, like some from one guy, some from another guy, and I put all the pieces together. And then I did some like new photos and stuff, and I just realized that, oh my God, like my Tinder's blowing up. This is crazy. And then I came back to the US a couple months ago. The same thing happened. Like I was like, wow, I'm getting so much better matches than I ever thought imaginable for an Asian guy. It was just unfathomable.
Really take a second to realize how easy and simple that is. You take something you have experience in, something you have overcome yourself, and you help others do the same. And boom, that's your business idea.
Asian guys are like at the bottom, 5% of like desired men on these apps. And here I am, I'm like in the top 5%. So wow. I'm like, oh, I have this like crazy, amazing knowledge that like nobody knows about. I must share this.
The cool thing about this is you can get started with that very easily, right? You're helping out a friend, a colleague, your younger brother. You don't need to start charging money right away if you're not super confident about it yet. You can start slowly, you give value, and you grow alongside with it. Now, especially when you're having trouble getting started, 6-figure lesson number 3 will be ultra helpful. Selfish goals and unselfish goals. This is a lesson that every 6-figure entrepreneur has to learn. We all have 2 kinds of goals within us, right? We have selfish goals like, hey, I want to make money so I can buy myself nice things and travel around. But we also have unselfish goals like, hey, I want to have a positive impact and give back. Some people will make you feel bad for wanting money. Some people will laugh at you for only wanting to help people. So what's the solution then? Do both. So if you want to unlock your own freedom business and you want to transition from a 9-to-5 life into entrepreneurship, you have to learn to adhere to both reasons. Because it's totally okay to want to make a lot of money, and it's really awesome if on top of that you also want to have a positive impact. These two things together create a very strong why.
So I studied engineering in college. I hated it. I just never wanted to do that. It's funny how it all came together. I always wanted to help people, so I almost became a teacher right out of college. I guess kind of similar to your story, but I was like, I'm not gonna get paid well. I'm gonna make like 30K. I almost accepted that job, but then I also have a passion for traveling. So I was like, okay, as a teacher, I'm not gonna make any money, and I'm not going to be able to travel. So I took this teaching gig in Mexico, teaching English abroad for like a year. I didn't make a lot of money, but I enjoyed it. And then after that, I came back to the US and I took this like tech sales job because I knew that I needed to learn some more like sales and marketing skills in order to be successful at business down the road, which I saw myself doing. At the same time, I was trying to start this marketing agency, which really didn't get anywhere. And then, yeah, and then like 2 years later, I was like super tired of this job. I always wanted the trifecta, which is the travel, the money, and the helping people, which is exactly the way like FBM is laid out. And you wrote it in the Freedom Report, and I was like, oh my God, that's like every single thing I want.
You've gotten now 11.5K without running ads and without a funnel and without a big social media following, right?
None of that.
And once you found that strong why, it's much easier for you to execute. It's much easier for you to work hard, even when things are not going according to plan. Now, lesson number 4 is the most important one. It's the difference between wannabe entrepreneurs that make a couple $1,000 but never live off it, and people that get to 10K a month within weeks. Lesson number 4 is don't ask for a fish, ask to be taught how to fish. Now, of course, that's a metaphor, but what I'm trying to say is if you come into entrepreneurship just looking for an easy answer of, here, do this, then you're going to fail. This is very different from having a job or being in school. Nobody cares if you work hard. Nobody cares if you don't do your research. Nobody's there to tell you what to do or where to show up. You are the only person that cares. And if you don't realize that and just wait for other people to hand you everything on a silver platter, then you're not going to get clients. You're not going to make money, and you'll simply never make it as a business owner.
One big thing that you told me one time that took me a few weeks to sink in is like, think on my own. That the point of the program is not to be like school. I was very good at school. Asian guys are like very good at school. I'm very good at listening to directions and like doing stuff. But there's a part of entrepreneurship that's like experimenting, trying something, not knowing if it's going to work and still just taking action on it, not expecting the coaches give you what's going to work beforehand. You have a structure, you have a framework or whatever, but to really adopt the identity and mentality of this is my business, I got to go out there and try stuff.
And the crazy thing is, when you combine these 4 lessons, the end result will be you're making good money, you're working hard, you're helping people, and it's fulfilling as hell.
Whereas at my job, I was always doing stuff that I didn't want to do for a boss that I didn't really like, making them tons of money while I was getting compensated like nothing. I just love that for the first time in my life, I am doing something every day that I enjoy doing. I feel fulfilled. I feel in flow. I don't dread going to work. I legitimately enjoy helping the guys that I help. And I feel like I'm on my purpose.
But the biggest question you're probably asking yourself right now is, okay, and what now? What's next? Well, with Alex, it's simple. We've helped him create something of value. He's getting clients on a regular basis, and he's delivering an excellent coaching.
All right, so literally after having shot this video, Alex messages me in the WhatsApp group saying he finally cracked 20K this month, and he still has a couple days left. So that's what I love. He's executing, he's doing the right things. And just as we celebrated his first 10K a month, he backs it up with a 20K a month. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy. GG, well done.
So I'm gonna give you one last bonus lesson here. Money follows value. Create something that is really good as you're already getting test clients, right? Then you're getting more and more clients, you're delivering epic value to them, and watch how they're bringing you more and more clients, literally just like a flywheel. you know, because they will talk about your coaching, they will give you great testimonials, and because they will want to stay with you for a long time, the flywheel just starts spinning. And that's something that Alex is doing, and that's something that I've been doing for years as well.
The coaching level of dedication and like just the customer service of FBM is like world class, like beyond anything I've ever seen. It's like better than any like hotel service or university counselors or professors. Like nobody gets back to you in 24 hours with a full-on like descriptive answer, and all the coaches know who I am, know my name, know my situation, know my niche.
So I sincerely hope this inspires you to take action literally today. Hit the subscribe button, talk to you soon, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this view here.